Transparency. What's your story? This podcast talks to those who have been through, went through, and are able to discuss life, loss, and happiness through transparent moments in their lives. From all walks of life, I discuss the triumphs, tribulations, and this thing we call life. I'm your host, Mr. John. I'm a father, life coach, singer-songwriter, motivational speaker, but more importantly, I'm happy you stopped by to take a listen. Hey, this is Mr. John. Welcome to Transparency. So happy to have you guys tuning back in today. I really greatly appreciate it. Today's transparent moment is love and death. That's right, two opposite things. Love and death. I was talking things over with my significant other. She hates being on camera, so I keep her out of my social media. But I was talking to her about love, and you meet somebody, you quote unquote fall in love with them, and eventually you have to deal with the realization that they eventually will leave you. If not for unforeseen circumstances, but life has a crazy way of saying, check please. Remember Robin Williams said that once. Death is God's way of saying check please. And this week, I saw a man who had to say goodbye to his wife. He loved her so much. They were married over 50 years. And he would do everything for this woman, and she did everything for him. And I would ask him the questions frequently. How have you guys made this thing work for so long? And he said, 1, we minded our business. 2, we focused on each other. 3, we drank a lot. No, I'm joking. But they laughed a lot. They didn't cry a lot. They talked things out. They worked things through. And nowadays with love, sometimes it seems so rare with the media that we see. Sometimes we just throw in the towel. And many times he said, yeah, they wanted to throw in the towel, but they just chose not to. And the emphasis of the word he kept saying was they chose not to. They both wanted to stay in the fight. And sometimes I have to wonder, are we all willing to really stay in the fight? Are we truly open to that possibility that this is the one? The Bible says love is patient, love is kind, it does not boast. Yet I know his actions toward his wife, he boasted on how much he loved her. And as a man looking on the outside, it was truly appreciative to be able to see that type of love that one man would want to show to another person. His wife was ill for a period of time, and he stood by her side, and he would tell me about days how he would just talk and they would laugh, and even with her body being weak, how they just spent time together, and reminded me how my grandfather used to say, John, try to grow with somebody who eventually you're just happy sitting on the porch holding hands. Because death is imminent. I too one day am going to have to go through those pearly gates. And I started thinking about the fact of mortality sometimes is fleeting. I mean, most of us all have had a friend or friends, unfortunately, that have gone on untimely or expectingly. And we are left here to have to deal with those emotions of pain, of the memories that we will never be able to have any more memories with. I mean, think about it. It's something that each of us have either been through or will go through in life. But I said two things that will happen, death and taxes. I forget who says that. But it happens. So I asked him, I said, so how are you feeling today? And he said, I'm going through the motions. I'm dealing with grief. I'm going through the challenges and changes that all of us will one day face. And I think even mentally, because I've had family members that have passed on. I've had my mother, she passed away last year. And I've had to deal with the fact that I can't call her. I can't speak to her on the phone. I can't send her a text, or I won't hear her leaving me those messages that most parents do where you go, okay, Mom, I'll check in. But I do have good memories. I have the memories that I have to keep, I think, some days just to keep me sane, to keep me going forward. But the reality is, one day, I will see her again. The reality is that one day, we will be together again. But then the other side is, leave those here on this earth with the same sort of feelings of emotions of having to go through grief, of having to go through the pain of the what if or I wish I had. It's one of those things in life that we all will go through. But the transparent question is, how do we go through? And I know there are many, many, many people will give me different reasons of how you go through it. You just got to go through it. You got to grow through what you go through. Thanks, Tyrese. But you got to go through it. You can't stay in that place. Even if it's just getting up in the morning the following day and brushing your teeth, taking a shower, eating some food. And if you can't, getting out and going for a walk. Can't stay in that place. You got to keep moving. But I know some people would say, hey, no, it's better for me to stay here because I can be in control of my thoughts. I can be in control of my body just staying here. And maybe it's just me, but sometimes staying still is great for you. But staying still too long develops atrophy. Our bodies are designed to move. And I know some people would say, well, look, but you're just moving around in circles. You're doing a day-to-day routine. You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. But oh, death, where is its sting? But I'll digress. Love and death. I hope that there's more love in death in all of our lives. Because love keeps the memories that death sometimes just can't provide. Hey, thanks for listening to Transparency. I know today may not have been the most warm and fuzzy toward the end podcast, but I thank you guys for listening. I'm going to put a little pressure on myself and say that the telephone number will be in the notes for this episode, that you can leave your voicemails, because I believe that everybody has a story, and sometimes you just need a place where you can be transparent. So I hope I will be that place that you feel comfortable of sharing your thoughts, opening yourself up, and to have that type of dialogue. And if you just want to leave an anonymous voicemail, that's fine too. But I'd love to be able to share your story. And if you feel comfortable leaving your telephone number, I promise you I will not place it on air. As always, please check out my book on Amazon, 12 Weeks, The New You. It is there. I will always leave the link in my bio. More importantly, I want to leave you guys with a funny note, thought I had. If Jimmy cracked corn and no one cared, well, hey, why they write a song about it? My name is Mr. John. Thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all be well. Hey, thanks again for tuning in. As always, if you like the podcast and you like the material, please click the like button. Subscribe. I'd love to have you guys follow this journey as we find out what are people's stories. My name is Mr. John. Welcome to, again, Transparency. What's your story? I look forward to speaking to you all again very, very soon. Be well.